Hey, hello, and how are you? I'm Will Robinson Smith, your host of Old, New, and Now Playing, joining you once again for another trailer reaction, and this time we have one that hopefully will be the antithesis, everything that Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was not. I'm talking about a fourth movie that actually sticks the landing and pulls off a continuation of a great trilogy without messing it up. Toy Story 4 dropped its official trailer, and I am really excited to watch all 2 minutes and 27 seconds of goodness, hopefully, that we're going to get here. Obviously, you've got a lot of the original talent of the movies coming back. Tim Allen, Tom Hanks, all the surrounding cast. John Ratzenberger, who is in every single Pixar movie, and I love hearing his voice every time he is in here. You also have some new talent like Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele teaming up again, coming back to the big screen and release their voices, which I'm really excited for. And Keanu Reeves, which I was just looking up on IMDb, apparently is in this movie as well. I'm not entirely sure in what capacity, but hopefully we'll be able to pick up on his voice if it's not anything too disguisey, but I can't imagine it is. They're not listing his character's name on IMDb as I'm recording this, so I don't know who he's playing. But the other voice that I'm excited to see in there is a guy named Buddy Lucky. And you may not recognize that name, but he is the voice of Eeyore in a number of the Winnie the Pooh movies. So, he has a great cadence to his voice. He's playing a character called Chuckles the Clown. So I expect we're going to get something kind of akin to an Eeyore-like character. Maybe not exactly that same sort of, hyper depressive, just giving up on the world kind of guy. But, something maybe kind of like that. I don't know. Pixar and Disney know how to use him. So, or actually, I'm not sure. I believe he's actually been in a Pixar movie. Yes, he was in the Incredibles movies. He was Rick Dicker, the agent, in those films. And this would have been his last movie as I'm looking back on his IMDb, because Bud Lucky passed away last year, back in February. So I'm guessing they recorded his part of the movie and they were able to get that in the can before he passed. So, sad to unfortunately remember that, a great talent like him is, no longer with us, but lucky that we have him at least for one more movie. So excited to see if he pops up here. Looking forward to however Chuckles the Clown appears in the movie. So let's go ahead, pop on the cans, and see what we've got for the official trailer for Toy Story 4.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
Oh yeah, Bonnie's the kid that we all go to.
A new friend.
The end of Toy Story 3.
I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Ah!
He's a spork.
Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
Woody, we have a situation.
Okay.
I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Buzz, we've got to
Dang.
get Forky.
There's our little identity crisis thing here.
Why am I alive? You're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah.
So, but we're gonna come back to that, the whole life thing. That's
Come on.
that's fascinating.
Hi there. My name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can. Boys.
Oh, that's creepy.
Woody, behind
Oh, what are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow.
Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
We have to find them. What do we do, Buzz?
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Let's go.
Hey, you gotta go, you gotta go.
Nice callback to the first movie.
You've handled this lost toy life better than I could.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home, Forky.
Bonnie, I'm coming!
Oh, son.
On my way, Woody.
To infinity and beyond.
Yes.
Don't let Woody leave.
Kids kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this hard.
Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
Interesting. So, I greatly admire, not that Pixar has any idea, but the fact that they continuously release their movies right around my birthday makes me eminently happy. Yeah, I love getting a new Toy Story movie for my birthday. It's one of the best treats I could possibly ask for. So, going back to the actual trailer. Okay, want to back up to that part that I mentioned I was going to call back. So, when Woody's talking to Forky and they say that, because he is a toy that Bonnie created, therefore he is sentient and is aware that he has a greater purpose in her life and, in the life of kids. So, I don't know. This is not going to get addressed in the movie. I would be shocked if they even went this route and brought it up. But it makes me wonder, okay, so to what degree does someone have to create, what is the threshold of creativity for something to be considered a toy and therefore be sentient in this world? That's like a whole nother thing that, like I said, they're probably not going to even address in this movie, but I'm very curious to know where that even comes in. All right, that aside, some interesting notes and things that came up in this that we are going to be seeing in this movie. Obviously, Bo Peep plays a really big role in this movie, where she really hasn't in a lot of the other Toy Stories. Now, I need to go back and rewatch them. Obviously, she was more prominent in the first Toy Story, but I don't really remember her much at all in Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3. Let me know in the comments if I'm forgetting something, but I felt like they went in a different direction that was not really having much to do with Bo Peep. So curious to see if they explain, or if they have explained already, where Bo Peep left the rest of the toys, how she got on her own, how she ends up in this carnival. And we see, multiple shots of her going back and forth throughout the trailer, where sometimes she's in the getup with the pink with the bonnet that we saw her in the first Toy Story, and sometimes she has this cape look, that we see her in for much of the rest of the trailer. We have these creepy dolls in the antique shop. One that kind of looks like the doll from the Goosebumps movies. I don't know if that's intentional, if that's just an homage or just a pure coincidence, but that was the vibe that I got from those. And the other really interesting dynamic I think that's going to come out of this movie is the fact that here we have our first Toy Story movie where, obviously Andy is a core thread throughout all of them, the toys' relation to him and sort of how he moves, in their lives. We see a little bit of a nod to Andy here, but this is going to be our first Toy Story movie where, Andy's really not a big part of it. And it seems like even, and I forget the name of the kid, they mentioned it 3 times, but the little girl that Andy gave the toys to, obviously she's going to play a role in it, but it's more of the toys thing. But it's going to be interesting to see, what this first Toy Story sans Andy movie really looks like. If his absence is going to be, distracting, if we're going to really even notice it, if they're just going to address it up front and then move past it, or if there's some way that it needs to weave in throughout as they explore this idea of, toys continuously getting lost, and that's more just a part of life and their cycle as toys. It's one of, it was the OG Pixar movie for a reason. It's stuck around now for 4 movies, and I think, each one of them has had something really interesting to say about, just life in general. So I'm curious to see, what the important takeaway from this movie is going to be. But it seems like, it's the culmination of the toys' journey for all of them. But, you see a lot of, Woody's journey of discovery and his place in the world, and, just going down that journey for him. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to end up. And if this is in fact finally the last Toy Story movie, dang, I felt they had a really good ending the last time. I don't know how they're going to top it this time or what exactly we're going to get from it, but I'm curious to see how Pixar decides to bring this all home. So that's the question I'm going to leave you all with. What do you think is going to be the way that they end the Pixar Toy Story saga? Let me know in the comments below. And what was your favorite part about this trailer? Is there a certain toy that was introduced that you like? Just as I wrap up, I don't think we saw Chuckles the Clown, so I'm guessing they're saving it for maybe trailer number 2 or TV spot, or maybe just for the movie. Who knows? Anyway, that'll do for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and as always, I will see you next time.